Welcome back to Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. We're going to take on the next optional quest. This one is called Blindsided, Eyes Wide Shut. What else do we need to look at here? Okay, we finished off string theory. Saved the boy's donkey. We listened to the Mr. Jones's music. And we were given the violin at the end of that case. Alright, so on to the next one. Blindsided. We need to make our way to the old ruins. Southwestern side of Grand Saray. Looks like down here we can warp over to Silent Wade, then just head over to the west. Okay, down this street, looks like we're heading in the right direction.
Great to see you.
Let's actually change the clothes back to Sherlock's regular suit. Some nice mansions here, that's for sure. So we've got the fast travel point now, the old ruins. We're going to follow this path by the seashore. This should take us around to the ruins. Who's this man?
Good day, sir.
Merhaba. Good day to be alive.
And, by extension, a poor day to take a bullet. Why are you just standing there?
I came to take the deceased to the cemetery, but caught sight of Mother Nature's bounty and had to drink my fill. He won't mind anyway. Let me tell you, friend, the sweet sea air, the calming whisper of the waves, it's a salve for all ills.
Do you know what happened here?
Officer said there was a duel, shots fired, and then that fellow took his last breath. Reminds me of last year.
So the inspectors have been and gone?
Of course. Police don't let an undertaker do his work before they've finished theirs.
You mentioned a previous incident.
It was in the old city ruins. I remember the deceased was very rich. Front page news, very, very rich he was. But a coin makes a poor shield, as I always say. And who needs it when a view like this is free?
Who died?
Oh, no, mister. It is not my place to say.
Not your place. Nonsense. As you say, he won't mind.
Death with dignity, that's all we can hope for, sir. He doesn't need his name out there.
We're done.
Okay, maybe he'll have more to say later on. Let's take a look around. So the police have been here. Let's see what they've done.
This man is no more. He's ceased to be. He's expired and gone to meet his maker. He's a stiff. Bereft of life, he rests in peace. You know the rest.
Indeed. Okay, so this is point number 1.
A key for a birdcage? I'll take it. The bullet entered the heart at an angle, implying it was fired from an elevated position. He died instantly. Predictably, the rumors were exaggerated. The blindfold is intact, with both eyes unharmed.
Okay, so shot in the chest from an elevated position. What are you pointing out, John?
A Webley top-break revolver. Blank cartridges filled with a wax-covered gelatin bullet. Effectively harmless, even at close range, but leaves a nice red splash on impact.
Okay. Blindfolded victim. Let's head to the next point.
The duelist eventually reloaded his gun, but all the cartridges were filled with red non-lethal rounds. A blindfold, discarded or lost. Your opponent was behind you.
Interesting. Shooting at someone up the hill. Okay, so they're playing a game here or something and shooting each other with fake bullets. There was probably a real assassin or killer up there. Shot this guy. This person turned around and took a couple of shots.
You know what? That Undertaker has a point. It is beautiful here.
Okay, we've picked up the jeweler's suit, same as that guy's wearing.
Blank cartridges filled with red wax-covered gelatin bullets. Most assuredly non-lethal, if rather theatrical on impact. A case for dueling Webley revolvers. The corner of the box is broken, likely from being dropped.
Okay, the box was dropped. Duel oath. We, the undersigned, hereby declare that this duel shall be subject to and bound by the Blind Dueling Club's strict code of honour. May the winner be crowned blind champion, signed E, VS and JD. Witnessed by HFVC, honourable referee and head of the Blind Dueling Club. Okay. Mandatory Blind Dueling Club rules. Do not talk about the Blind Dueling Club. Never miss an opportunity to practice your shooting skills. Do not shed blood at duels or other club meetings.
Gosh, how exciting. I always wanted to be a member of a club. I bet you couldn't join. No good at following orders, are you, Sherry?
Ah, a contest then. I shall prove my blind devotion, so to speak, to their inane rules, and you shall eat your words.
Okay, the true blind duelist. Okay, there is something else here, but let's take a look at the casebook first. The Undertaker also mentioned that it is not the first death by duel on Cordona. A key I found in one of the victim's pockets. It has a bird engraved on it. Near the body I found a Webley revolver filled with blank cartridges. The shot was fired from an elevated position. Jeweler's footprints. For some reason one of the jewelers was facing away from his opponent and shooting in the opposite direction. We've got the duel oath, the club rules, and the challenge from John to fulfill the Blind Dueling Club rules. Do not talk about the Blind Dueling Club. Never miss an opportunity to practice your shooting skills. And do not shed blood at duels or other club meetings. Right, let's pin this and see if we can track the jeweler's footprints. Another gun up here.
An Amat revolver, 42 caliber.
Does it have real bullets? It's empty.
One chamber is empty, the others are filled with live rounds.
Okay. Blood?
Red stains, relatively fresh.
Oh, red stains. Oh, so the man down there was shooting at the person up here. Now we get to attempt to figure out what was happening. Okay, do I not need to pin that anymore? Where were these footprints anyway? They were this side here. Okay. Right, let's see if we can piece this together. So this is the man who was killed. Was he pointing over there? No, he was shot at from a distance. From up there. Okay, they were having a duel. And then he turned around and fired at the man, well, the person up there. Yeah, he didn't kill him. Once he was shot with a real bullet, he turned, fired up there. Still blindfolded, mind you. No, that's not what happened. That seems more likely, because they come up here as part of the dueling club. So they pick their weapons, they start the duel. It's only a pretend duel, but this one turned fatal. The man in the top hat is the organizer. He dropped the case over here because the case has a broken corner. What other options do we have? We just get one option, I think. Oh, no, or he was the shooter, but he wasn't the shooter. Yeah, he dropped the case there. Then up here, someone was firing on the men down below. Was he wearing a top hat? I don't know.
The victim was killed by someone up on the wall. It may have been the referee who took advantage of the duelists while they were blindfolded. This seems plausible, but I must consider all options. What if there was another person here?
Okay, yeah, it seems likely that there was another person. So let's try this again. Okay, so I think that's right. Was there a fourth person? Okay, so he heard the gunshots and then he dropped. That's why he dropped the case. And up here is not the the guy with the top hat, but some unknown individual. There we go. That's better.
The victim was killed by someone up on the wall. There may have been someone else here, a fourth person waiting for an opportunity to strike.
Okay, I think we're done here. Let's go back and see if this man wants to give us any more information.
Sometimes I think beauty can blind you, or you can be blind to beauty, you know? Did he see it all around him, do you think, before he covered his eyes and drew his pistol?
Okay, I won't mention the club. I'm not supposed to mention it.
Can we please leave the nattering behind?
Oh, friend, relax. Life's too short to be short with people.
Enough tomfoolery. Give me the victim's name.
I told you that's his business, not yours. 2 men duelled, 1 man died. When you hit a rock, stop digging.
Okay, the first rule has been satisfied. Nice. Okay, the unknown killer.
There is more to this case than meets the eye. The victim fell not to his duel opponent, but a hidden marksman in the ruins. Abandon your oversimplistic ideals and tell me the name of the deceased so his killer can be caught.
Ah, that is wrong, to be sure. Okay, the man's name was Eric von Staub. I heard the officers say that he lived in Scaladio.
At last. You may return to your vacant stare.
Scaladio, was that all the evidence I needed? Apparently so. Okay, 42 caliber mat revolver. We found 3 men came from a duel. One was a referee. There was a 4th person who shot one of the duelists. Okay, the victim's name is Eric von Staub. He lived in Scaladio.
I love this place. So peaceful here, yes.
Okay, all evidence has been collected, so that's nice to know. I guess we're going to have to go to the police station or the Chronicle to get more information. Let's head to the police station first, see if we can get some information about the victim. Now, did he say the victim lived in Scaladio? Okay, he lives somewhere in Scaladio. That should allow us to search the archives. Okay, so it's a violent crime for a victim in Scaladio. A man was reported to have been shot in the old ruins. The victim has been identified as Eric von Staub, born in 1857, unmarried, year of death 1880. Place of residence, von Staub residence in Cordona. Relatives, Irma von Staub, died in a horse accident. Gerhard von Staub, father, died in a horse accident. Magda, Irma von Staub's sister, lives in von Staub residence on Baskerville Street between Vernet Street and Bonaparte Street, southern Scaladio. Guess that's where we're headed. Okay. It would be worthwhile checking out the Chronicle as well for any information about the case. Surely a murder at the old ruins would be reported. Let's go check it out. Okay, blindfold victim. Oh, do I want to change the evidence? Undertaker's testimony. Okay, let's try that. Period recent. Front page news in Old City. Okay, a tragic incident in Old City. The young heir to one of Cordona's richest families has died in a blind duel. During the curious incident, the victim, who cannot be named until all of his family are informed, stepped in the wrong direction, falling off the cliff to his death. The survivors have expressed their deepest regrets and sworn to never duel again. Okay, well that's a lie. Okay. New event in John's diary. Okay, so we need to go to the Von Staub residence, which is Baskerville Street between Vernet and Bonaparte. Let's go and check that out. Oh, we are on Baskerville Street already, between Vernet and Bonaparte. Okay, it's just down there to the south. I think we need to change the wardrobe as well. We're going to look like a policeman investigating the case. What do policemen look like? Pencil moustache. Okay, we look like a policeman. Sure. I think we're on the right street. Yeah, we are on Baskerville Street.
Extra, extra! The Hive gets stung! A substantial police sting targeting the hideouts of the Hive Crime Syndicate. Read all about it!
Von Staub residence. Is this the place? It looks pretty big. Let's go on inside.
Good day, officer. Miss von Staub awaits you in her boudoir. Good day, officer. Miss von Staub awaits you in her boudoir.
Talk to this lady. No.
Good day, officer. Miss von Staub awaits you in her boudoir.
Good day, miss. I regret to disturb you at this tragic time, but could you spare a moment?
Oh, officer. I've been waiting. Is his body still in that horrible place?
A horrible place? I should introduce you to the Undertaker. But first, you and I shall get to know one another.
Okay, let's take a look. She looks pallid. Which is understandable, considering the circumstances. Greasy stain. She uses skin ointment. She's got a recent bruise on her wrists. Dried red paint? Is that what that says? Fresh multicolored stains from the duel. Was she at the duel? Old bruises. And she's in mourning with a black ribbon. Okay, Magda von Staub, a frail and sad lady in her 20s, is the sister of Eric von Staub. She wears a black ribbon as a gesture of mourning, and her pallid face suggests she rarely leaves the house. While all her attire is neat, there are two interesting peculiarities. First, I found a multicolored paint flecks which suggest a passion for painting. The red colour prevails. Second, substantial traces of ointment on her dress indicate heavy usage. I noticed multiple bruises on a person at different stages of healing, so it seems this ointment is applied as medicine. Miss von Staub is trying to conceal her bruises because she is ashamed. She is a victim of abuse, beaten frequently, and imprisoned in her own home. Or she's a sick lady. Okay. A blood disease. I think she's a victim.
I am Officer Holmes. I take it you are Magda von Staub, the sister of the deceased?
Oh, pardon me. Yes, I am.
My deepest condolences, Miss von Staub. Your brother's body will be returned to you shortly, as I believe the case will soon be closed. Nevertheless, there remain some formalities requiring attention. May I ask you a few questions?
Oh, if you must. But I'm unsure if I will be of much help.
Forgive my intrusion, but I must inquire about your bruises. Did you take a tumble?
Oh, I have a weak disposition. It is not so bad, but my skin marks more easily than a peach. It is the least of my sorrows.
But, Miss von Staub, I can tell you suffered new bruises even before the old ones had healed.
I have nothing more to add, Officer Holmes. It is what it is.
Do you know if Mr. von Staub had any enemies? Someone that may have sought to do him harm?
Enemies? I don't know. He and I did not discuss such matters, and he was rarely called upon by visitors. My brother's only guests were his friendly contests, but I was not allowed to participate. I merely heard it all from my room.
Contests?
Eric would practice shooting on the patio, and occasionally friends would join him. but I couldn't tell you if they ever argued.
Where were you when your brother died, Miss von Staub?
I was here painting Eric's portrait. My God, you could have asked the servants.
Alas, I needed to hear it from your lips. May I take a look at Mr. von Staub's room? His personal effects may prove invaluable in our understanding of the case.
Please do. Here's the key.
Let's take a look around here first. Check out the piano.
Only German composers feature here. It appears the parents are dearly missed. Our beloved parents, 1875, Baden-Baden. Rest in peace.
Okay. Oops, that's where we came in. We'll continue looking through the house.
Look at those vases, Sherry. Bet they cost a fortune. Would be a shame if someone broke them. Pew, 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 pew.
Never miss an opportunity to practice. This is the second rule. So, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, I love it when you're reckless. Were those Limoges porcelain?
You have a keen eye.
Well, I suppose it's yours. Next time, shoot with a blindfold.
Okay, let's put the gun away, Sherlock. Never miss the opportunity to practice your shooting skills. Okay, well, we've done that. Oh, not that door. We'll try this one. And there's quite a lot to look at here. This must be Magda's room with all of the paintings. Let's check it out. Do some investigating. That's the ointment she's been using.
An ointment by a Dr. Herbert with a lavender and pine scent.
Okay, we probably need to do some chemical analysis on that ointment to find out what it is.
Excellent score. She covered the locked windows with paintings, but the atmosphere remains oppressive. Sad home for a young woman. She covered the locked windows with paintings, but the atmosphere remains oppressive. Sad home for a young woman. She covered the locked windows with paintings,
that's
but
all
the
just the
atmosphere
same.
remains oppressive. Sad home for a young woman.
Oh, this one's different, it seems.
The end and the beginning.
So that's one of the duelists. Could
A
be their
handsome
brother.
portrait of Eric. Miss von Staub does have talent.
Okay, what else can I... Oh, there we go.
The black paint looks thick. It's been mixed with something.
Interesting.
The rounds have been emptied.
Okay, I don't see anything else here. Let's go to the case file. Portrait of Magda von Staub. Magda's testimony. She doesn't know of any dispute regarding her brother. Okay. She claims she didn't leave the house on the day he died. Key with a horse engraving. Okay, so we can we do... Oh no, we can't do chemical analysis on that. The ointment and the black paint sample. It smells of gunpowder. Interesting. Okay, so we've got that pinned. Can we see anything else in this room? I think that's it. So we'll head across to the brother's room with the horse. Dear Mr. Von Staub, thank you for your recent statement of debts owing. I assure you that I am well aware of the 70,000 gold marks to which you are entitled. Indeed, the figure lingers in my mind every time I see you at the club. Please rest assured that I am eager to put an end to your worrying and have, in fact, already begun to prepare for the opportunity. Until then, I remain grateful for the patience and goodwill that accompanies men of nobility such as yourself. With some respect, HFVC.
A wealthy man in his 60s. Sir Barnaby Boddington, 1879. A typical crest for a league or a guild. Club headquarters, 190th anniversary celebration.
Dear Mr. Boddington, thank you for so promptly responding to my request and sending us your portrait. Magda's admiration for you has grown even greater. I can tell that she is overjoyed to soon be engaged to such a remarkable gentleman. Many fine suitors have been seeking my sister's hand, but I believe that only a man of your caliber is worthy of becoming her husband and protector. Yvonne Staub. Mr. Boddington. And that's Mr. Boddington there, that old man. Dear Mr. Von Staub, we have received your application and recommendations. We'll study your profile and credentials and, of course, inform the honorary consul you've applied to be his successor. Yours faithfully, Maximilian Gunther, German Foreign Office. Now, I want to find out if his creditor is the one he was having the duel with. Let's go back here. UVS, witnessed by HFVC, honourable referee. Okay, so the man who was lending him the money, HFVC. Okay. Official German correspondence, Magda's testimony, and then picture of blindfolded men. Clearly, this is the blind dueling club. One of the men is Eric von Staub. The other duelist, our potential witness or murderer, should be amongst them. The only lead to finding the club is a crest depicting two cross revolvers tied with a blindfold. Right, I need to find that. Maybe someone knows of it. Let's take a look around here. Missing gun case, Lamat 16 inches. There was a gun at the site, so we did find that gun.
This whip is well loved and well used.
Burnt letters. Lots of weapons here. I think that's it for this room. Let's see if we can do some chemical analysis on the burnt letters. See if there's anything we can pick up. -2, 1, 2. 2 -2. Okay, let's do this. 1 and 3. -2, 2. Let's try something else. So that's the green one done. We need -2 and 2. Okay, this one's getting a little bit more difficult now. I thought this would be an easier one. Actually, we can just spin this around, can't we? Oh, this is ×2 and half. I forgot about those. Spin that around. 2 -2 and 1. I think that's it. Yeah, so if we just add these together, I think we are done. Okay, I managed to restore some fragments. The variety in handwriting suggests multiple authors. Mrs. von Staub, lent me Professor Milo. My hand and heart are stir. If not for your brother's refusal. Okay. Let me profess my love. My hand and my heart are still yours. If not for your brother's refusal. One of the shelves in Eric's room is missing a revolver case. The size and shape suggests it could have contained a Lamat revolver. Okay. Let's go down and ask her about this. See what she says. Okay, missing revolver.
One of the revolver cases in your brother's room is missing. Do you know where it may be?
I'm not permitted in Eric's quarters. I suppose he must have taken it with him.
I found burnt letters in your brother's room. I believe they were addressed to you.
To me? From whom?
They appear to be from some of your suitors. Why did you burn them?
I didn't. I didn't even know about them. Eric, he never said a word. I'm sorry, I don't follow.
It seems you and Mr. Boddington were to be engaged. Were you as thrilled at the prospect as your brother?
Mr. Boddington is not how I had imagined my husband. But it was Eric's choice. I didn't dare dispute it. I beg your pardon?
There is an unfinished portrait of your brother in your room. Beautiful to be sure, but one detail drew my attention. Why did you add gunpowder to your black paint?
You entered my room? I thought you were only inspecting Eric's.
It is standard procedure, Miss von Staub. Now, tell me about the gunpowder.
Eric's art was his shooting, and this painting is my tribute to him. It felt appropriate. We're both artists in different ways.
Okay. Does you have more to say, or is that it?
Oh, please, let me mourn my brother.
Okay, that's it. I don't suppose I can head through there, no? Right, well I guess we need to find this club. Let's pin that. Now, we're not supposed to talk about the club. It's got to be around here somewhere. We'll continue on down Baskerville Street to see what we can find. Anything else we need to do? Nope. We're just looking for this club. Okay. I should probably dress appropriately as well. Let's wear that and take off the hat. See if there's anything that helps me look like a gentleman. Okay, I guess that helps a little bit there. Okay. There's a white building here. There's a... Oh, here it is, here. Okay. This definitely looks like the one. It's got the revolvers. Let's talk to this man.
Please come in, sir. The gentlemen are waiting for you on the training ground. Down the stairs.
We're going to take a look around first. The matte revolver is missing. Okay. The guest book with messages from many reputable visitors to the club. An invigorating visit that reaffirmed the need to preserve German traditions across the world. Frederick Wilhelm, Crown Prince of Prussia. I was honoured to meet the head of this club, Henrik Fugen von Kram, who does such good for our city. Long live the German-British friendship. Sir William Sinclair, Governor of Cordona.
Fancy. Not every manor has a custom floor. The floor is so smooth and slippery. I wonder if I could skate on it. How often do you think they check the submission box? My application deserves prompt consideration.
Okay. Well, we're going to head on downstairs. Is it this side? Do not shed blood at duels or other club meetings. Okay, we are having a battle. I don't know if I can not shed blood. That's going to be pretty difficult to do. They've got armor on as well. That doesn't seem fair, does it?
Killer! Shake a leg! Get him!
Time to knock this guy out.
No more crime for you until next month.
Does he have a mask on? I can't see.
It's all yours now. Go for it.
Take a rest, my friend.
It's ready.
I couldn't miss the party.
Well.
Don't bother moving. You've lost.
Gosh, how many of them are there? Another 3. Nope, that did not work. Oh my goodness. Oh yes, that did work. Quick.
No more crime for you.
Oh, that didn't work. No, no.
I'm
Come on,
coming.
come on, come on.
I'm coming. I'm coming for you.
Gosh.
Too simple.
You can overcome the brute now.
I couldn't miss the party.
Take a rest.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Don't cry, you'll live.
Where's?
I'll put you 6 feet under.
Too simple.
Oh, thank goodness for that. I think I did arrest them all.
I must say, Sherry, that was near perfect. Could it be that you're not completely hopeless?
Not completely. Oh, okay. Finally, I finished the battle without killing anyone.
All these places are perfectly secluded, ideal for private duels. The same ingredient was used in the Dueling Revolver's ammunition.
The club was founded in 1689 by August von Cram after a notorious bet. He had to kill 22 darks on a moonless night in order to win the attentions of the beautiful Lady Hedwig. Unfortunately, the night was too dark and he killed 2 innocent wanderers instead. After losing both the bet and his beloved, August vowed to master the art of shooting and so founded the Blind Shooting Club. To prove their skills, members had to shoot through a screen. This task quickly became monotonous, so club members began practicing with blind duels. The club's name thereby changed to the Blind Dueling Club. In 1777, after the death of one of the members, important changes took place, including the replacement of the real bullets with homemade blank cartridges. The club split into several houses and exists now in different countries to keep the tradition of German sharpshooting alive. Okay, got a bottle.
A nice apricot aroma. Marilyn schnapps, I presume. Half full. 2 glasses with dregs of alcohol. Should I pour us a drink, John?
First telegram, can't come, I fear for my life, must leave Cordona at once. Sorry, be careful, Dorfman. Second telegram, those blasted anarchists are everywhere. It's their fault. I shall come to our emergency assembly at once, and I'll bring my gunman, Hasenkamp. Third telegram, I'll be there. Alas, poor von Staub, what a loss. Who was it? The English left-handed duelist, von Machenhausen. Okay. Ah, it's hard to see that
Glass
one.
crushed underfoot with damp traces still visible.
Right, let's take a look. Glass case in Von Kram's manor was empty. The Lamat revolver that was previously on display is now missing. Collection of telegrams. The other club member, let's pin this one. I was engaged in a fight with 2 members of the Blind Dueling Club and won, but it seems there was a 3rd person here. He couldn't go far, it's worth looking around carefully. Okay, this is stuff I've all seen. There's nothing else here? Okay. I was engaged in a fight with 2 members of the Blind Dueling Club. I thought there was about 8 of them. Alright, looks like there's no more clues in this room. It's a little bit weird in this game how there's doors all around, but you can't really open them. There should be some indication as to what doors you can go through. Anyway, let's get out of here if I can. Oh, here we go. That was not viewable from a distance, was it? There's a secret lever here.
Who the devil are you? I won't go down without a fight.
Sherlock Holmes, and if I wanted a fight, you would already be on the floor. Fortunately for you, I'm merely here to ask a few questions.
Is that so? Well, come on, pretty boy. How about I fix that nose of yours? Give it a bit more character.
Enough. Your compatriots attacked me and I responded. They still have their lives, unlike Mr. von Staub.
True. At least you are not a murderer. Fine, you may speak.
Maybe that's why we needed to keep them all alive, so that this guy would talk to us. He seems to be the top hat man from the ruins. Let's take a closer look. Here's a glass eye. Champion badge. He's the best shooter in the club. Red spot, possibly blood, possibly from the bullet. Fake bullets. A signet ring, a Von Kram crest. Dirt from the old ruins. Okay, this is Heinrich Fugen von Kram, the head of the Blind Dueling Club. He descends from German nobility, as his rich signet ring attests, and suffers from very poor sight, though he conceals it well. Okay, so I don't think he's a possible suspect because we saw the evidence at the ruins and he was a witness, it seems. He turned his disability into a strength by becoming the Blind Shooter Club champion and wears a badge to prove it. Taken as a whole, these traits suggest a confident and prideful personality. His yellow club outfit bears evidence that he was at the fatal duel. The dirt on his knee is the same as at the ruins, and the red spot on one of his sleeves is not the result of my recent fight. Furthermore, his initials match the signature of the referee on the duel oath that explains his nervousness. It seems that Mr. von Kram knelt on the ground while trying to help Eric von Staub. That explains the dirt on his trousers and dark red spot on his sleeve, Eric's blood. Sure. He's a valuable witness.
So you are Mr. von Kram, one of the club's best shots, the referee of the deadly duel, and witness to Mr. von Staub's murder.
Incorrect. I am the best shot at the club. Heinrich Vögen von Kram. But how did you know I was there?
Your clothes, Mr. von Kram. The dirt on your trousers confirms your presence in the old ruins. And your jacket features a bloodstain from your attempts to save Mr. von Staub.
That is impressive.
It is merely inferential. Now, a few questions, if I may.
Be my guest. I have nothing to hide.
I'd like to speak with the other competitor.
He left the island. Mr. Dorfman was sure that the killer was after him. He is innocent, I assure you.
Indeed, from his position it would be impossible to fire the bullet at such a downward trajectory, but he was a witness. Shame. So, what transpired in the old ruins?
Everything began as normal. The signatures, choice of weapons. I checked it all, and then blindfolded the duelists. Erich stood to my left, and his opponent, Mr. Dorfman, to my right. Before they could begin, the killer fired. And I'm sure it was not Dorfman.
Why are you so sure?
The sound was different. Not a Webley revolver. And further away. The killer must be an excellent shot to hit the heart.
You said the killer was an excellent shot. Do you suspect someone from the club?
Definitely not. No one from the club would break our rules.
Did you or the other duelist see the murderer?
No. The killer slipped away into the hills, so we turned our attention to Erich. Rest his soul.
And neither of you pursued the culprit?
I will not have my character impugned. We had only blank cartridges and a fallen friend at our feet. He was our focus.
What transpired after the shooting?
I heard Erich cry out and fall. Mr. Dorfman turned and fired at the killer, but I shouted at him to stop and help. I tried to save Erich, but it was too late. He was gone.
Okay, shall we look around first?
I need to be elsewhere.
Let's look around first. And then we can come back and talk to him.
Recordings labelled in Braille.
Your ability to perceive the world can be developed with work and concentration.
Doesn't appear to be the happiest childhood. Cecilia von Kram with Heinrich, Cologne, 1864. Mein Wunder.
Gratitude for your generosity.
How to sharpen one's senses.
Okay.
Addressed to Heinrich von Kram and written with a nervous hand. Arrived just yesterday.
Right. Eric, having a von Kram in the position of honorary consul is the only way to earn the respect of other countries. Your name is too small for this state position. My noble Prussian family is the guarantee that the Empire can and will stand above all other nations. H.F. von Kram. Eric's response is written on the other side of the letter. Henrik. Good grief, what nonsense. Your family line has been corrupted by excess. You are the last and best example of this decadence. This fin de race, a dying breed. Our empire needs better men, stronger, more modern. Do you truly believe such a superficial person burdened with debts, gambling in his blood, should be entrusted with the responsibilities of the state? Moreover, have you ever known a cripple to be held up as the figurehead of his country? I am the only legitimate candidate to replace the German honorary consul in Cordona. Spare yourself the embarrassment and withdraw your candidacy before your weaknesses are made public. Yvonne Staub. Okay. Henry von Kram's statement, character portrait, and we have the personal letter. Let's talk to him again. We're not going to accuse him.
There must be more you can recall from the day of the duel.
I wish. My eyes make me a poor witness, I'm afraid.
Yes, your blindness. An affliction since childhood, one presumes. No scars on your face, and you carry yourself with confidence.
I'm starting to see your worth, Mr. Holmes.
But this limitation developed your other senses and made you an excellent marksman. So, tell me, did you notice anything else?
I do recall a floral smell. Something artificial. It was sweet and fresh and came from the direction of the killer.
A woman? Right.
You and Eric were competing for the position of honorary consul, yes? Quite the title.
We were, but he stood no chance. Only a true nobleman could take such a role.
Difficult for him to contest it now.
Indeed.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't help you with this.
Can we join the dueling club? No?
I can't help you with this.
You have a nice collection of pistols, Mr. von Kram.
Ah, a fellow connoisseur of firearms. Did something catch your eye?
What caught my eye is a missing Lamat. Where is it?
Ah, that one. I lost it in a bet. A rare failure of mine.
A bet with whom?
That's private, Mr. Holmes, and unrelated to your investigation.
Well, a gun was found at the scene of the crime, so I think it is related.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen this before. I can't help you with this. I've never seen this before. I don't know what you're talking about.
Letter to Mr. Boddington. Okay, debt letter.
It seems you owed Mr. von Staub a small fortune.
A fortune to you, perhaps, but a trifle to me. Our debts ebbed and flowed. In our next contest, there was every chance I would win it back. Eric was too concerned about all that. Frankly, he often lacked the demeanor of a nobleman. His progressive tendencies could be grating.
Last year, there was a similar incident in which a duelist died. What can you tell me?
A tragedy. I shot too well, and my opponent stumbled from the impact. He slipped and fell down the cliff. I regret it all. I have not participated in a duel since. Instead, I only take the role of a referee and supervise the proceedings for safety. I swore that no other club member would die in a duel. Alas, someone else intervened.
Okay,
As it happens, a Lamat 42 caliber revolver was discovered at the crime scene. You said you were missing a Lamat, yes?
I did, but my Lamat was a 36 caliber.
And you can prove that?
My word is proof enough. If I said it, it is true.
okay. 42 caliber, and he had a 36 caliber.
I can't help you with this. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen this before. I've never seen this before. I can't help you with this.
Police investigation. What else?
I don't know what you're talking about. I can't help you with this. I've never seen this before.
Do you recognize this scent?
Yes. This is it. The smell I noticed at the ruins. Where did you get it? Do you know who killed Eric? Tell me his name.
Okay.
I need to be elsewhere.
Right, so it seems pretty obvious that the killer is Magda. She was at the ruins, the scent is there. The ointment. So we're going to go back and confront her about it. I think she was in a difficult position. And she wanted to get out of it. And the way out was to kill her brother. Okay, yeah, back here between Bonaparte and Vernet Street, so just running all the way up to the north. We will have to put on the police costume again, the Blind Dueling Club. Okay, yeah, he knows the scent. So let's go back to the police uniform. What's this one? Officer's cap. We can be an accomplished detective, perhaps. Sure. And we need to... There we go. So that house is just ahead, or the mansion. I think it's this one here.
Good day, officer. Miss von Staub awaits you in her boudoir.
Going on a trip, miss?
No, I'm leaving permanently. This place brought me nothing but sorrow. I am sorry. What do you want?
I think the time has come to be honest with each other, Miss von Staub. I'll start with my confession. I misled you in our previous meeting. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and I do not work for the police.
What? I don't understand.
In actuality, I was independently investigating your brother's death and came to an unexpected conclusion.
How? Why?
It was not a tragic accident, miss. It was cold-blooded murder. And I know the culprit.
No. Who is he?
Nice try, but as you well know, I'm talking to the culprit right now.
What? Are you out of your mind?
Certainly not. Allow me to explain how you killed your brother.
Okay, the means of the crime. Henrik von Kram's statement. Okay, I haven't actually had this before, so this is interesting. Single bullet, the heart. I think the revolver is one. So I think we start with this one.
The missing box in your brother's room contained a Lamat, the same weapon used for the murder. You stole it to kill your brother.
What? No. Eric was obsessed with guns. I bet he's...
Yes.
No.
This one.
You hid behind the wall in the ruins. None of the others present could have killed Eric from that position. Both the duelists were blindfolded and Mr. von Kram is ill-sighted.
So nobody saw anything? Your imagination has run wild.
Ah, but you forget one thing. A blind man's other senses grow stronger. Mr. von Kram detected a lavender and pine scent. That of your ointment.
You're taking the word of a sightless man. This is monstrous.
I think this one, the letter to Mr. Boddington, about the suitor.
It is your brother who was monstrous. He was a tyrant and you could tolerate his abuse no longer.
Living with Eric was a nightmare, yes. But he was my brother.
Now, Miss von Staub, take your time. Tell me the truth.
After our parents died, my life slowly became hell. My brother began to humiliate me. Then he became violent. Each day he'd invent a new punishment. Shut my room, burn my paintings, starve me. And without fail, I would be beaten. All visits were forbidden, all contact verboten. I was his caged bird, his pet. When we did go out, he used me to bait influential people. He sold me to Mr. Boddington simply to earn a place amongst this island's elite.
Was that not freedom from your brother?
He sold me as a thing, sir. Who do you think this gentleman was? I could not endure more cruelty. Mr. Holmes, I'm begging you. Please don't do this to me. Don't throw me from one cage to another.
You have suffered enough, Miss von Staub, but now it is over. I will not turn you in to the police.
I don't know what to say. What will happen with the case?
The usual. With their typical stupidity, the inspectors will confidently declare the case a tragic accident, and that will be that.
I didn't expect such kindness.
Kindness? No, where the truth reveals injustice, I expect accountability, but in this matter, Miss von Staub, I see no injustice at all.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes. I'll never forget what you're doing.
I am behind you 100%. I'm sure Miss von Staub wouldn't waste the chance for a better life.
Let's hope so. And that was a longer case, but we have completed it. Hopefully we came to the right conclusion there. 2 more cases before heading back to the main story. Iron Coffin, I think I'll do that one next and save Mycroft's request for the last optional case. So for this one, Death in a Safe. Yeah, we heard some talk about the Basilio Capello company. So we're going to go and check that out next time. And John suggested that I should join the police, or at least pretend as much. I shouldn't reveal to any of the suspects that I'm not actually an officer. And we're dressed ready for that one already. So we'll head over there next time. Thanks for watching. See you all again soon for more Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1.